Hello, everyone. This is Howard Dare. Thanks for stopping by. So, a grand jury has indicted New York Attorney General Letitia James on bank fraud charges. Now, this is rich, right? Because these are the people who were using their political positions to unjustly accuse Trump and drag him through the court system. The process is the punishment in many of these instances. They know they're not going to get actual convictions, but dragging somebody through these processes destroys their reputation and their credibility in the public's eye. So that's what she was doing, for her political cronies, as if she's going to earn some political points. She doesn't seem like a particularly qualified individual. So her way of getting ahead is by making a lot of friends, right? So she has a statement, and let's listen to the statement and let's break it down, because I think she's full of it. So here we go.
This is nothing more than a continuation of the president's desperate weaponization of our justice system.
He's not the one who weaponized the justice system. Weren't you the one who charged him with like 183 counts of just bullshit made up stuff? Look, I know what this is. And no, these people are dirty. They're dishonest. They're manipulative. But let us continue.
He is forcing federal law enforcement agencies to do his bidding.
I wouldn't say that he's actually forcing people to do his bidding. He is, after all, the president of the United States, and they do, after all, work for him. So even if he did ask them to investigate the situation, he can't make up the facts of the case. That's the basis on which they're indicting her. So let's see what else she has to say, trying to cover her tracks.
All because I did my job as the New York State Attorney General.
Oh, because she did her job. That's why they're coming after her. Well, if that's the case, then she has nothing to worry about. Then they'll examine the situation, they won't find anything wrong, and the charges will be dropped. But that's not going to happen. Okay, they know they have her. So I don't even know what she's doing coming up here and talking like this. It's the same old ploy, all right? It's the same old Democrat mainstream media ploy where they come up here and play the victim when they get called to account for the things that they have done, right? So, you do to them what they've done to you, and that's unfair. Let's see what else she has to say.
These charges are baseless, and the president's own public statements make clear that his only goal is political retribution at any cost.
Well, I would say that's your interpretation of his statements. That is, it doesn't make that clear. That's what you're trying to convince us of. Please continue.
The president's actions are a grave violation of our constitutional order and have drawn sharp criticism from members of both parties.
Really? I haven't heard very much criticism from the Republicans on this. This is the constitutional crisis. You being charged with something that you actually did and being held to account and being brought into the process, that's a violation of our constitutional process? No, I think that's our constitutional process in action. Please continue.
His decision to fire a United States attorney who refused to bring charges against me and replace them with someone who is blindly loyal not to the law, but to the president, is antithetical to the bedrock principles of our country. This is the...
Oh, wow. Notice the solemn, pronunciation of our country, right? And yet, that she's manipulating that situation to her advantage. And then when it goes to her disadvantage, she's claiming, it's a constitutional crisis. I'm sorry. It just doesn't ring true. Continue, please.
Time for leaders on both sides of the aisle to speak out against this blatant perversion of our system of justice.
Oh, yeah. Notice how that word just died in her mouth, right? That's right. You can't even say the word justice without stumbling over it, without your tongue getting tied up in your own mouth, because you know. And we know also. And the source of the American people's frustration is the fact that this bullshit still flies, all right? But that's coming to an end. This is the end of wokeism. It's not going to continue to fly. It didn't fly, and it's not going to fly, and they're still trying to fly it. So let's continue.
I stand strongly behind my office's litigation against the Trump organization. We conducted a...
Against the Trump organization? He's president of the United States. So, let's be clear on that. Voted by the people.
2-year investigation based on the facts and evidence, not politics. Judges have upheld the trial court's finding that Donald Trump, his company, and his 2 sons are liable for fraud. I'm a proud woman of faith, and I know that faith and fear cannot share the same space. And so today, I'm not fearful. I'm fearless.
Well, that's funny because you don't look fearless. You don't sound fearless. No, you know what's going on. You know exactly what you did. It's been outlined. Okay, you represented one of the, the homes as a primary residence, and you, in fact, were renting it out. So you got a better loan rate, better interest rate. No. Continuing on.
And as my faith teaches me, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. We will fight these baseless charges aggressively, and my office will continue to fiercely protect New Yorkers and their rights.
Good, because if they're baseless, then you have nothing to worry about. But if they turn out, in fact, to be true, which they are, then you do have something to worry about, don't you?
And I will continue to do my job.
I would hope that this person has been fired and let go. Is this person still, the acting New York Attorney General? Interesting. Should check that one out. All right. So there it is. Okay. This desperate ploy claiming her innocence when they've already got her. The facts are the facts. So we'll see how this plays out. But this process, this stepping before the cameras and making these proclamations and talking about Trump in this negative way, that's what this is about. Okay, legally, she's in some trouble. That's all there is to it. And at this level, you're generally not going to be allowed to hold, various public office once you've been exposed of having committed these types of infractions and crimes. So we'll see where this, leads to, but I think I already know. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, donate. I would really appreciate it if you could find my Cash App donation link in the description, in the comments section, and help out the Howard Dare channel, because it's the only way that we get to tell the truth here. And join me again, Howard Dare, as I plan to have more content for you. Thank you, everyone.